Hello, folks. My name is Jenner from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom. And today I have a very interesting story. This one comes courtesy of GoldenStateTimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com. And it says Governor Ron DeSantis apparently is sending a new plane load of illegal aliens, but this time to Biden's summer home in Delaware. You're right, folks. This comes courtesy of GoldenStateTimes.com. And it says, Biden made light of the potential arrival of illegal aliens at an airport near his summer home in Delaware on Tuesday by sarcastically inviting Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to the area. So Biden was rambling about some weird thing over there at the White House. When he was about to be done and he was leaving, a reporter asked him, what do you think about the new chartered flight from Texas to Delaware? Where he turned around and he invited Ron DeSantis to Delaware because it has beautiful coastline or something like that. Even though Ron DeSantis comes from a state that pretty much his whole state is a coastline. But that's how stupid Joe Biden really is. He's a very, very stupid guy. But that's what happened at the White House. It says during an unrelated event at the White House, Biden brushed off a reporter's question about DeSantis apparently sending a plane load of illegal aliens to Biden's home in Delaware, where Biden told them that he should visit because they have beautiful shorelines. Earlier at the White House press briefing, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said that the White House was bracing for the pending arrival of illegal aliens. And the White House press secretary said at the briefing, quote, "We have received word of the flights." She went on to say, "We are coordinating closely with state officials and local service providers who are prepared to welcome these illegal aliens." That's our words, not hers. She's calling it families. In an orderly manner as they pursue their asylum claims, quote unquote, asylum claims. It says that the charter jet that Ron DeSantis used to send illegal aliens to Martha's Vineyard was scheduled to take off Tuesday morning from San Antonio, Texas, and make a stop in Crestview, Florida, before landing at the Delaware Coastal Airport, according to reports. The tiny airport outside of Georgetown, Delaware, is less than 20 minutes from where Biden has his home that he bought for $2.7 million. $2.7 million in 2017. Right? So after he got out of the White House, somehow he became a millionaire, paid $2.7 million for a home. Very, very fishy. But that's what happens with these Democrats. They go in broke, they come out rich when they get into office. It says, but flight tracking sites listed that chartered plane as delayed or unknown status after they confirmed that it was that plane from San Antonio. And it says that according to the Antonio Cali Field Airport, no flight had taken off for Florida as of midday, 4 hours after the plane was scheduled to depart. It says instead, the plane appeared to have left Longview, Texas, without stopping in San Antonio and was headed to Nashville with its next stop in Teterboro, New Jersey. It says the change in plans raised the possibility that authorities had intervened, which is not likely, or that the charter was just a decoy in order to trigger Biden. Now that is a big possibility. Just to trigger Biden. That's all it was for. That's hilarious. It says, but a representative of Delaware Governor John Carney and state troopers were already waiting at the Delaware Coastal Airport in case the illegals showed up. So the idiots were there twiddling their thumbs, just waiting like stupid and just saying, hey, I wonder where these guys are. We've been standing here for around 7 hours and nobody has arrived. That is hilarious. But according to Carney representatives, They said we will be ready to help them and ensure they have food, medical, and mental health support. That's hilarious. Mental health support. Okay. It says, to be quite candid, that's the sort of what we know as of right now. So Ron DeSantis, at a press conference earlier today, said the following regarding that chartered plane. I'll let you guys listen into what he had to say about it. This was earlier today at a press conference. Here we go. Give me 1 second here.
I have two questions. The first one, public records show that currently Florida is spending $1 million taking a plane right now from Texas to Delaware. First, can you confirm that?
I cannot confirm that. I can't.
Okay. And then the second question, why take immigrants from Texas rather than get the illegal immigrants in Florida and deal with the relocation?
Well, we do both. So we've had interdiction in the Panhandle. The problem is we're not seeing mass movements of them into Florida. So you end up with a car with maybe two, and if we know that that's illegal and there's someone that's kind of smuggling, then committing crime, then you can do arrest. There have been drug seizures, but that's not effective enough to stop the mass migration, but it's just coming in onesie-twosies. So we've had people on the border for last summer. We've done a lot of intelligence, and everyone down there will say between a third and 40% of the people coming across are seeking to end up in Florida. And so we have to go and figure out, okay, who are those people likely to be? And if you can do it at the source and divert to sanctuary jurisdictions, the chance they end up in Florida is much less. And the thing is, with the sanctuary, the idea is because they have more benefits or whatever they do, that people will be able to stick. And so that's why you're doing it. If I could do it all in Florida, I would. But if we just ignore the source, then you're going to have people trickling in 5, 10 a day, 20 a day. I don't know. But there's no way you can possibly track all of that because it's on such a small scale. Whereas if you know there's maybe 1,000 people down there and a lot of them say in Florida, well, you could say, well, hey, wait a minute. Here's a sanctuary jurisdiction. Be able to provide the transport. So if that's what you want to do, you do. And I think that that's much more effective than just trying to send one or two out at a time. Also point out, we have a whole infrastructure in place now because of what the legislature did. So it's not just flights. We have ground. We have other things that we can do. And I'll tell you this, it's already made more of an impact than anyone thought it could possibly make. But we're going to continue to make more of an impact. And I think that at the end of the day, what we're doing is not the ultimate solution. I think it's opening people's eyes to the solution, which is let's have a secure border, let's have remain in Mexico, let's take the cartels seriously, and let's get with the program here. What they have been doing for a year and a half or more than that is basically ignoring that the problem exists. And I know a lot of the national corporate press doesn't like to talk about it, but the reality is when you have the vice president saying there's no border crisis, when we've had millions of people come across illegally, you've got to be kidding me. So let's get going. Let's get this thing secured. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do anything in the immediate. It will be a big issue in the elections, I can tell you that. But hopefully when we get through with that we can have some rationality. If we have a new Congress, that may be a big step in the right direction. But this is not an example of, hey, he tried his best and just didn't work. This was an intentional policy to reverse policies that were effective. And you want to talk about, they'll say like, sending a bus from Texas is a stunt, all this. The biggest stunt was Biden coming in as president and reversing Trump's policies just so he could virtue signal that he was against Trump. It didn't matter that the policy had worked. He had to be anti, and so that's why he did it. So he did the impact would be, and the impact has been devastating. I really hope more people will start to cover the destruction we're seeing with the fentanyl crisis. I mean, we've put a lot of emphasis on it when I became governor. COVID obviously made it more difficult, but what's making it almost impossible is the sheer volume of this stuff that's been pouring into the United States. And I'll run into mothers, and it's so tragic because these kids are not making like really horrible decisions.
Fentanyl and all that stuff. So that is what he said regarding the trip to Delaware. Now, Could that trip to Delaware have been a decoy? It could just be something to trigger Biden. Most likely. You know, that's what we think that probably will happen. The governor has no comment. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think it was just a way to trigger Biden to see what the Democrats were going to do? Most likely what the White House was going to say, which they said exactly what, everybody thought that they were going to say. They just got triggered. So let us know in the comments section below. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Should they send a busload or a plane load full of illegal aliens to Biden's backyard? And should they continue sending more to Martha's Vineyard? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys like this report, make sure you click the thumbs up button, you share this video on social media, and also you visit our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com. If you guys missed any of our previous videos of this press conference with Ron DeSantis, then it should be coming up on your screen. It's interactive. Click on it, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much, folks, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a blessed rest of your day. God bless every single one of you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.